Car dealers don't want you to see this list because it shows which SUVs people are actually buying in 2025, based on real numbers, not reviews or hype. Some of these models are crushing the market. Others, total scams hiding behind big brand names. If you're buying a car this year and don't watch this, you're asking to get ripped off. The Ford Puma wasn't always a household name, but that changed fast. In 2023, it quietly claimed the title of the UK's best-selling car. By 2024, it did it again. And by early 2025, it was still sitting at the top. Last year alone, over 45,000 Brits drove one home. That's not luck. It's a sign that the Puma hit a nerve. At first glance, it's just a small SUV, but there's more going on. The Puma replaced the much-loved Ford Fiesta, a car known for being fun to drive, and somehow, the Puma kept that magic. It feels nimble, light and sharp, especially on narrow British back roads. Many say it's more fun to drive than anything else in its class, including the Renault Captur or Nissan Juke. But it's not all about handling. The Puma is practical too. It offers a higher driving position, better visibility, and more room than the Fiesta ever did. Families love it because of one simple feature, the boot. Ford built in something called the MegaBox. It's a deep, washable storage area under the boot floor. With that included, total boot space reaches about 456 litres. That's enough for a stroller, weekly groceries, or muddy football kits. Despite the extra space, the Puma is still compact and easy to park, and it doesn't burn through fuel either. Most models use the 1-litre EcoBoost petrol engine with mild hybrid tech. That setup regularly delivers 45 to 50 miles per gallon. For a petrol car, especially one that feels this lively, that's impressive. But the Puma isn't perfect. Rear seats can feel a little tight for taller passengers, and the interior doesn't scream luxury, but most buyers don't seem to mind. What it does offer is value, good equipment for the money, affordable servicing, and a solid resale price when it's time to move on. Safety? It ticks that box too. The Puma holds a full 5-star Euro NCAP rating, with strong protection scores for both adults and children. That alone makes it a top pick for parents looking for peace of mind. Dealers have noticed something else. Many former Fiesta drivers are moving straight into the Puma. The drive feels familiar, but there's more space and more comfort. It's an easy upgrade. And with Ford's large dealer network across the UK, help is always close by if anything goes wrong. If there's one car that seems to tick every box for European families, it's the Kia Sportage. You see it in suburbs, cities, countryside lanes, everywhere. And that's not by accident. In 2024, it became the best-selling compact SUV in all of Europe. In the UK, it was neck and neck with the Ford Puma all year long. Then in April 2025, it finally did it. It grabbed the #1 spot for monthly car registrations. That's a big deal for a car that some still call a bit pricey. But here's the thing, people aren't just paying for a name, they're getting serious value. The Sportage offers something for nearly every kind of driver. If you want efficiency, you've got turbo petrol options. Need something for long motorway drives? There's a smooth diesel that still has loyal fans. If you're more eco-conscious or just want to save money at the pump, you can pick between mild hybrid, full hybrid, and even plug-in hybrid. That flexibility is a big part of its success. Families love the hybrid versions. They're the largest petrol hybrid SUVs in Kia's lineup, and they deliver around 49 miles per gallon in real-world use. The plug-in model goes one step further. You can do short school runs or city trips using just the electric motor. No petrol needed at all. Inside, the Sportage keeps impressing. The cabin is roomy and smartly laid out. 5 adults can sit without feeling cramped. The boot? It holds around 540 litres, which is more than enough for prams, groceries, or sports kits. Even entry-level versions come loaded with useful features. There's an easy-to-use infotainment screen, smartphone connectivity, and loads of safety features. Go for a higher trim and you'll find leather seats, a panoramic sunroof, and even more driver assist tech. Then there's the warranty. Kia's 7-year or 100,000 mile coverage is still one of the best you can get in Europe. It doesn't just give peace of mind, it actually helps with resale value down the line. People know these cars can last. On the road, the Sportage isn't going to thrill you with sharp handling. Reviewers say the steering is a bit too light, and it's not quite as engaging as a Ford Kuga, but that's not the point. The Sportage is built for comfort. It glides over potholes and cruises easily on long drives. It's quiet, stable, and easy to drive. Just what most families want. Safety is another strong point. The Sportage earned a 5-star rating from Euro NCAP in 2022, and that matters when you're strapping kids into the back seats. Kia also scores high in dependability. JD Power surveys regularly rank Kia near the top for reliability. reliability. In fact, it was recently named the most reliable mainstream car brand, just behind Lexus, which topped the list. Buyers often compare the Sportage with premium options like the Audi Q3 or BMW X1. Sure, those have fancier badges and posher interiors, but the Sportage holds its own with smart design, solid build, and far better value. It's not pretending to be luxury, it just delivers where it counts. Back in 2006, something unexpected happened in Europe's car market. Nissan launched a new model called the Qashqai. It wasn't a hatchback, and it wasn't a big SUV either. It was something in between, a crossover. People didn't really know what to call it at first, but they loved it. It was easy to park, good for families, and didn't feel like a bulky off-roader. It took off fast. Built in Sunderland, UK, the Qashqai became a surprise hit. It didn't just sell well, it defined a new category. Nearly 20 years later, the Qashqai is still one of Britain's best-selling cars. In 2024 alone, around 39,000 was sold in the UK. Across Europe, it remains a top 10 favourite. While many cars fade after a few years, this one keeps showing up in driveways, car parks, and school runs. It hasn't lost its touch. The latest version, launched in 2021, sticks to the same idea but makes it sharper. It's mid-size, so it still fits tight city spots, but the inside feels roomy and grown up. The outside looks bolder, with stronger lines and a clean, confident shape. It doesn't scream for attention, which is exactly why so many people like it. It's the kind of design that doesn't age fast. Step inside and it's clear Nissan listened to everyday drivers. Instead of forcing people to dig through touchscreens, they kept proper physical buttons for things like the radio and air conditioning. It feels familiar, not frustrating. And in the higher trims, you'll even find leather seats and ambient lighting that give it a near luxury touch, without the luxury price. Under the bonnet, Nissan brought something clever. It's called e-Power. There's a 1.5-litre petrol engine, but it doesn't drive the wheels. It works as a generator, powering an electric motor that does drive the wheels, so the car feels like an electric vehicle. Quiet, smooth, instant acceleration, but you never have to plug it in. This hybrid setup puts out 190 brake horsepower and returns around 50+ miles per gallon in everyday driving. Reviewers say it's one of the smoothest systems around. If you want something simpler, there's also a 1.3 mild hybrid option, with either 138 or 156 brake horsepower. No diesel, no plug-in. Nissan's all in on petrol and hybrid only. And honestly, most buyers don't seem to mind. The e-Power version is the sweet spot of those who want efficiency without hassle. It's practical too. The boot offers around 504 litres of space and comes with a smart dual-floor setup that hides smaller items or flattens the surface. There's plenty of legroom for passengers and the high seating position gives great visibility. It's the kind of car where everything just feels easy. Loading shopping, fitting child seats, or backing into a tight space. And it's loaded with features. Every model has smartphone connectivity. Optional upgrades include a heads-up display, a full 360-degree camera system, and Nissan's Pro Pilot. That's an adaptive cruise control system that can even steer gently on motorways. For longer trips, it's a big stress saver. Safety-wise, it's rock solid. Euro NCAP gave it 5 stars, with excellent marks for both adult and child protection. But what really makes the Qashqai stand out isn't just the specs, it's the trust it's built over the years. Families come back to it because they know it won't let them down. Surveys from What Car and Consumer Reports often mention the Qashqai's strong reliability, and because it's built in Sunderland, local buyers also feel a sense of pride in choosing it. Resale values are solid too. Used Qashqais don't sit on dealer lots for long. The demand stays strong, which tells you something. People know what they're getting, something dependable. That's pretty rare today. Not long ago, hardly anyone in Europe took MG seriously. The brand, once British and now owned by China's SAIC, was considered a forgotten name from the past. But fast forward to 2025, and MG is everywhere. It's not just growing, it's dominating budget SUV sales. Walk into any dealership from London to Lisbon, and chances are someone's test driving an MG. Why? Because they're cheap, packed with tech, and they don't feel like compromises. Take the MG ZS for example. It's a small crossover that sells for the price of a second-hand Nissan Juke, yet it's brand new, comes with a touchscreen, smartphone connectivity, and even built-in navigation on most versions. Rear seat space? Surprisingly roomy. Boot? A solid 448 litres, and it's not some rattly box on wheels either. Owners say it feels like a proper car. Not flashy, but never cheap in a bad way. In fact, early 2025 sales put the ZS in the UK's top 10 best-selling cars. That's not just a fluke, it's proof the formula is working. And then there's as a ZS EV, it's fully electric with a range of around 273 kilometers or about 170 miles. For its size and price, that's impressive, but more than that, it scored a full 5-star Euro NCAP rating, so it's not just affordable, it's safe. That makes it one of the easiest entry points into electric driving in all of Europe. But MG didn't stop there. The HS takes it one step further. It's a mid-size SUV with the footprint of a Kia Sportage or Nissan Qashqai, but with the price tag much closer to a small crossover. By spring 2025, over 11,000 people in the UK alone had bought one, and when you look at what you get, it makes perfect sense. The HS gives you leather seats, a large touchscreen, adaptive cruise control, and even semi-autonomous driving features. All this in a car that often costs thousands less than mainstream brands. The 1.5-litre turbo petrol engine is smooth and quiet, not fast, sure. It goes from 0 to 60 in around 9 to 10 seconds, but it's built for comfort. There's also a plug-in hybrid version that can run about 32 miles on electric power alone. That's enough for most daily commutes without using a drop of petrol. Inside, the HS feels spacious and comfortable. Rear seats recline, legroom is excellent, and the boot offers over 450 litres of space. It's the kind of car that fits families, shopping trips, and road trips, all without draining your bank account. And reliability? While MG's reputation is still growing, early reports show its cars are holding up well. Surveys even rate them as average to above average, and the 7-year warranty gives peace of mind most rivals don't offer. The reason both MG models are turning heads is simple. They give buyers a lot of car for the money. Sunroofs, heated seats, 360-degree cameras. These are usually features you find in premium trims, but MG gives you all of that in the base or mid-spec models, which explains why many buyers are first-time new car owners. They're getting luxury-level features at used car prices. The Dacia Duster from Renault's Romanian division is another no-nonsense winner. While the industry moves towards fancy tech and complex systems, the Duster keeps it simple, and it's working. In 2024, it became one of the top 10 best-selling vehicles in Europe, and that wasn't just fleet sales. Private buyers love it. A brand new Duster can start below 20,000 euros in many markets, undercutting rivals by thousands. Size-wise, the Duster is similar to the Nissan Qashqai or Volkswagen T-Roc. It fits 5 people comfortably and offers around 445 litres of boot space. But where it really shines is durability. There are no gimmicks. You get high ground clearance, a tough suspension setup, and in some versions, proper 4-wheel drive. It's one of the cheapest true 4x4s you can buy new. People in rural areas, outdoor workers, and even snow-prone regions love it for exactly that reason. It can handle muddy tracks, rough roads, and still get you home. It's not luxurious. The infotainment is basic unless you upgrade. You won't find high-end driver assist tech on entry trims, but it does offer LED lights, alloy wheels, and touchscreen with smartphone support on mid-spec models. And it's tough. The plastic cladding and simple interior are easy to clean and hard to damage. That's exactly what many people want in a second car or even a daily workhorse. Engines are simple and proven. 1 litre or 1.3 litre turbo petrol, a 1.5 litre diesel, and even a petrol LPG combo in some countries. That bi-fuel option offers extremely low running costs, and the diesel can return more than 55 miles per gallon. Maintenance is straightforward and affordable. Owners constantly praise how easy the Duster is to live with. Fewer electronics, fewer headaches. It's not perfect though. Earlier versions only had a 3-star Euro NCAP safety score. Newer ones bumped that up to 4 stars thanks to more airbags and added safety tech. Still, it doesn't match premium rivals, but for many buyers, it's good enough. It covers the basics, and you get a new car with a warranty, something that's becoming rare at this price point. What really makes the Duster special is the trust it has built. It consistently wins Best Value awards and dominates in owner satisfaction. In fact, in 2024, its sibling, the Dacia Sandero, was Europe's best-selling car. That's saying something. The Duster, with more space and SUV appeal, is right behind. The Hyundai Tucson didn't sneak onto the roads, it stormed in. Early in 2025, it actually became the best-selling car in the UK. That's not just impressive for an SUV, it's almost unheard of for a non-European model. And it's not just a UK thing. All across Europe, the Tucson and its cousin, the Kia Sportage, are dominating SUV charts. But why? What makes people pick the Tucson over trusted names like Volkswagen or Peugeot? It starts with the design. Hyundai didn't play it safe. The Tucson looks like something from a concept show. Sharp lines, hidden LED lights in the the grille, a bold rear light bar that stretches the width of the car. You'll find more aggressive styling here than on some premium brands, and owners love it. Many say people actually stop to ask about it in car parks, but the Tucson isn't just about looks. It's a smart choice underneath, especially for families. You get options, lots of them. Petrol and diesel, both with 48-volt mild hybrid help on some models. A full hybrid with about 230 horsepower. Even a plug-in hybrid that can run about 30 miles on electric power alone. That's perfect for city commutes. But even better, these hybrids can do nearly 50 miles per gallon when used right. That mix of performance and efficiency makes it easy to see why it appeals to so many types of drivers. Whether you're a commuter, a company car user chasing low taxes, or a parent doing long holiday drives. Inside, the Tucson is surprisingly premium. Twin digital screens, touch-sensitive controls, a sleek layout that feels more Audi than budget SUV. There's a lot of space too. Adults can actually stretch out in the back seats. And the boot? 616 litres if you skip the hybrid, or 558 litres if you don't. Not bad at all. Reviewers have praised how it handles the basics. Supportive seats, clever storage, a quiet ride and comfy suspension. Just easy to live with. And here's the thing, it's easy to drive. Light steering, great visibility, a tight turning circle that makes city driving less painful. On the motorway, it cruises perfectly. And if you care about safety, and who doesn't with kids in the back, it's loaded. A full 5-star Euro NCAP rating. Standard gear includes automatic emergency braking, lane keeping, driver attention alert, and so on. On higher trims, you even get blind spot cameras that show live video when you signal, a feature that sounds silly until you use it. It's not about being good, it's about being dependable. Hyundai's hybrid tech is now giving Toyota serious competition. JD Power studies show Hyundai scoring very high in owner satisfaction and tech usability. They even won reliability awards. That 5-year unlimited mileage warranty in Europe helps too. Buyers feel safe putting their money here. Price-wise, the Tucson hits a sweet spot. You get equipment levels that rival German brands like VW or Audi, but usually for less money. And when it comes time to sell, the Tucson holds its value well, especially the hybrids and plug-ins. People are searching for these on the second-hand market and dealers know it. One owner summed it up perfectly. If you like the way it looks, the Tucson doesn't put a foot wrong. Even if the styling isn't your thing, you'll still struggle to find a better all-arounder in 2025. Volkswagen Tiguan is the kind of SUV that doesn't shout. It doesn't have wild stylings or gimmicks, but it's always there, doing its job quietly and efficiently, and people love that. In 2024, it was still among the top 10 best-selling SUVs in Europe. That's after more than a decade on the market. In the UK alone, about 10,000 units were registered in early 2025. The Tiguan has earned a reputation as the safe choice. It won't turn heads, but it won't give you headaches either. The design is clean and conservative, the kind that doesn't age badly, which helps resale value in the long run. Inside, you get typical Volkswagen build quality, solid materials, neat stitching, and that refined feel that comes with German engineering. Under the bonnet, the Tiguan keeps it simple but effective. Petrol TSI engines at 1.5 or 2 litres, diesel for those who do long journeys and want around 50 miles per gallon, and a plug-in hybrid option that delivers about 30 miles on electric. There's even a wild Tiguan R with 320 horsepower, but let's be honest, that's not what most families are buying. Most go for the middle-of-the-road versions with DSG automatics. Smooth, quiet, no fuss. The driving experience reflects that. It's comfortable, stable, predictable. The ride is refined, especially if you avoid the bigger wheels. The steering doesn't feel sporty, but it's precise. The Tiguan isn't about excitement, it's about doing everything just right. And when it comes to practicality, it scores again. Rear seats that slide and recline, boot space that stretches to 615 litres in 5-seat mode. There's even a Tiguan All-Space if you need 7 seats. Tech-wise, VW updated the cabin with its digital cockpit, solid infotainment systems, and safety features like front assist and lane assist. Euro NCAP gave it 5 stars, just like the Tucson. While Volkswagen as a brand sometimes sits mid-pack in dependability ratings, the Tiguan itself usually performs better than the average. In 2024, it actually showed one of the highest sales growths among SUVs, possibly because of good deals on outgoing models and the rising trend towards crossovers. Used buyers trust it, fleets buy it in bulk, private owners stick with it for years. Sure, not everything's perfect. Some older infotainment systems feel sluggish. The DSG gearbox can be hesitant at low speeds, but major faults? Very few. As one review put it, there's not a huge amount to truly criticize. That sums it up. The Tiguan is built for people who want a car that just works. No drama, no surprises. Volvo XC40 always ends up on the shortlist of people who care about safety, style, and everyday comfort. Across Europe, it's become a quiet bestseller. In the UK alone, it regularly makes the top 10 list of best-selling cars even in early 2025. This compact SUV has managed to do something few others can. It feels premium without being too serious. Its design is clean and smart. From the front, those Thor hammer LED headlights give it a sharp edge. The body is boxy in a clever way. It makes the cabin feel bigger than it looks. There's also room for personal flair. Buyers can go bold with two-tone paint jobs, bright exterior colors, and even felt textured door panels. It's modern, but not overwhelming. That relaxed Scandinavian vibe works especially well with younger buyers or families who want something stylish but approachable. When it first launched, the XC40 came with traditional petrol and diesel engines like the T3 and D3, but Volvo didn't stop there. As diesel faded out, hybrid and electric versions took over. Today, you can choose from mild hybrids, plug-in hybrids, or even a fully electric XC40 Recharge. The electric model offers about 400 kilometers of range, and if you get the twin-motor version, it does 0 to 60 in just 4.7 seconds. That's proper fast. The plug-in hybrid gives you around 45 to 50 kilometers of electric-only driving, perfect for the school run or office commute. Even the regular petrol versions aren't bad. The 2-liter T4 with 190 horsepower delivers around 35 to 40 miles per gallon. Not groundbreaking, but smooth and refined enough for most. And that's really the XC40's strong point. It's not built to thrill, it's built to relax. The ride is calm, the handling's steady, and everything feels solid. It gives you that locked-in, secure feel on the motorway, like you're in something twice the size. Step inside and the story gets better. The front seats are among the most comfortable in any car at this price. Volvo knows how to do seating right. The driving position is upright and clear. Back seat space is fine for 2 adults. 3 is a squeeze, like in most compact SUVs. The boot holds around 460 litres. That's not massive, but it's smartly designed with a foldable floor and hidden compartments to store valuables. And then there's the safety, the area where Volvo has always led the way. The XC40 earned a full 5 stars from Euro NCAP with strong results across the board. It comes with loads of high-end tech, even on the base models. Automatic emergency braking that can detect pedestrians and cyclists, pilot assist for semi-autonomous driving, and systems to help keep you on the road if you drift off. Back in 2018, it even won What Car's Safety Award, and that reputation has only grown stronger since. Bigger Volvos have side airbags between the front seats, a world first, and that same commitment to innovation filters into the XC40 too. If you're choosing between an Audi Q3, BMW X1 or Mercedes GLA, the XC40 stands out by not trying too hard. It offers something different, something a bit more relaxed, a bit more human. It's not perfect, but it hits the sweet spot for people who want luxury without the attitude. The Toyota RAV4 and Yaris Cross aren't trendy or futuristic looking, but they have something that many flashy SUVs don't, a reputation for lasting forever. The RAV4 has been around since the 1990s and it's still going strong. The current version, launched in 2019, doesn't even come in petrol or diesel in most of Europe, just hybrids and plug-in hybrids. That's a bold move, but one that worked. The standard hybrid uses a 2.5-litre petrol engine paired with electric motors to deliver around 218 horsepower. The all-wheel drive version bumps it to 222 horsepower. It returns over 50 miles per gallon in real-world driving, which is amazing for an SUV of its size. The plug-in version takes things further, offering 306 horsepower and about 60 kilometers of electric-only range. Yes, it uses a CVT gearbox, which can sound a bit whiny when you push it, but it's smooth, quiet, and does the job without fuss. And what people really love is the reliability. Year after year, the RAV4 ranks near the top in dependability surveys, whether it's JD Power or Consumer Reports. Toyota's hybrid tech has been refined for more than 20 years, and it shows. Many owners report zero problems even after 100,000 kilometers or more. There's no alternator, no traditional starter, fewer parts to fail. It's also practical. The cabin is big enough for families, with plenty of legroom in the back and a boot that holds around 580 liters. That's bigger than the SC40. The dashboard is plain, but well built, and it's packed with safety tech, adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, road sign recognition, all standard across the range. It also has a 5-star Euro NCAP score, of course. On the smaller end of Toyota's SUV range, there's the Yaris Cross. It came out in 2021 and has quickly found fans all across Europe. It's based on the Yaris hatchback, but with extra ground clearance and an SUV body. It's not huge, but it's smartly designed. You'll get a 1.5-litre 3-cylinder hybrid engine, excellent fuel economy, around 55 to 60 miles per gallon, and the option for all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive system adds a rear electric motor, not for off-roading, but great for snow or rainy days. Even though it's compact, The Yaris is surprisingly practical. The rear seats split 40-20-40, and the boot holds about 400 litres. That's decent for a city SUV. It was one of Europe's top 10 selling cars for parts of 2024, and families love it. It scored especially high on child safety and Euro NCAP testing, which matters to a lot of buyers.